Hello everyone, welcome back. It's so good to see you. Today I'm going to talk about something a little bit serious and you probably can identify with it, okay? Does your child ever self-sabotage? They have things to do, but they don't get it done. And usually by the time they get it done, it's kind of too late and it's not done well, or it's not really done at all. If this resonates with you, come on back. We're going to chat about it, okay? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And if this is your first time, special welcome to you. Please comment, please subscribe, please like, and please share. That would be such a big help to me. So we are talking about when our children don't do what they need to do and they put it off. Well, guess what? It's not about just about the kids, right? According to the American Psychological Association, the APA, they say between 80 to 95% of us do that a lot, right? But the people that it affects most is those between 14 and 29, because that is the stage when they're setting up themselves for success. And if they don't do what they need to do, they're going to feel it, right? And it's going to be affecting their future. So that is a big problem. So we're going to chat about that. But before we do, I want to read one letter that I received that kind of prompted me to do this, right? I'm going to read that letter to you. And what we're talking about today is procrastination. So the person kind of put in my DM and she said, actually someone that I knew a long time ago, we just hadn't spoken in a long time. And she's just been watching my stuff and she decided to write to me. She says, my son, I won't call the name, my son, let's call him John, is 18 years old and a freshman at, call it X University. Wonderful young man, but he self-sabotages himself by putting off academic tasks and others to the point of not having time to do the task well, and even to the point of failing. He is always on time and prepared for the things he likes to do, anything theater related. He is very well liked wherever he goes. He is a fun-loving kid, very kind, but I am concerned for his well-being as he approaches manhood. Success in this life depends on being able to complete tasks that are not fun. Could he talk to someone such as yourself, since I have become quote-unquote a nagger? Can you help me to help him? Of course, I said I could. And I spoke to her and we had a long chat and we're going to be doing some counseling. But the problem is procrastination, all right? The thing is, he does not like what he's doing. So that's part of the problem. So there are several different reasons why people procrastinate. And the fact that it is, big part of it is a fear of failure. They figure that they're going to fail. See that so many times kids don't turn tests in. They put their name on it, but they don't even attempt. It's not like they didn't know anything. They just figured that they didn't know enough. And so in order not to look bad, they decide to do nothing. And they turn the paper in with just their name on it. Of course, there's nothing you can do but give them a 0, right? Because they did nothing. That's called the fear of failure. And we see that a lot. The next thing is a lack of motivation. Lack of motivation. Seems like this young person, John, let's call him John, is suffering from lack of motivation. It's whatever they're doing in school is not aligned to his interests. He is into acting and he doesn't really want to do the work that it takes that's going to get him there, right? He doesn't want to do it, and we see that a lot. So it's not aligned to his interests and it doesn't really seem relevant to him. So he doesn't want to put out the effort and the hard work that it's going to take to get that done. So that's another problem. So the fear of failure, the lack of motivation. Of course, there's poor time management, but the time management has to do with the fact that he doesn't want to do it at all. Another very, very important part is perfectionism. They feel that if it can't be perfect, why would I even attempt to do it? Because it's not going to be the way that I want it. I don't know enough to get 100 or a 99 or a 95. I may just get a 70 and I'm going to fail. So I don't want to do it. So perfectionism is another one. Okay. And a lot of times what they do is, they prioritize short-term pleasure for long-term goals. Short-term pleasure. So for example, let's say there is going to be a party tonight, okay? It's either you go to the party or you spend 3-4 hours studying. Many of them decide to go to the party. That's getting the short-term pleasure and putting off the long-term gains, because yes, it's going to take you 3-4 hours or maybe all night to study and do well on the test, and you just give up. You just give up and say, okay, it's going to be more fun. Let me just do that. But at the same time, you are actually messing up yourself, right? So there's so many things that we need to take into consideration here. But the one regarding perfectionism, let's kind of talk about what that is, that perfectionism. Well, there is nothing actually that you can ever do that's going to be perfect. Everything is a work in progress. It's never going to be the way that it needs to be. So it's just getting started and keep moving with what you have. People who have done well, who have all been successful, they have had to start somewhere. And when they start, there are always mistakes being made. So they have to pivot, they have to start over, they have to climb over, they have to go under, they have to find ways to pivot and fix things as they go along. And that's what it takes to be successful. It's not like I'm going to start it and it's going to be perfect. You have to understand that that is not going to happen. Right? That is not going to happen. If you see that happen, then it doesn't happen all the time. It happens very rarely. It's always a work in progress. You're always working to make it better. And that's normal. That's how people succeed. That's how the Steve Jobs and the Elon Musk, they have had so many problems. Elon Musk had so many problems with the Tesla and with SpaceX, but he continued. Don't think that it's always going to be perfect all the time. You're never going to get it right, especially the first time or the second time. You just have to keep making changes, and that's how you win. The next one is the one regarding motivation. Lack of motivation. So when there is lack of motivation, how do you motivate yourself? Right? You have to look at the end results. Visualize what's going to happen in the end. When you visualize what's going to happen in the end, then it kind of spurs you on. Set some goals. Set a goal. Set a goal. And a goal is different from a schedule, right? Okay, the goal is, this is what I want to get done at the end of the month. A schedule is, this is what I need to do daily. Okay, in the morning, this is what I have to do. Midday, this is what I have to do. In the evening, this is what I have to do. Set up your schedule. And if you're not sure, I've done a video on scheduling, so feel free to watch that one. So, understand that motivation is going to come when you try to kind of like push yourself and make sure that what you need to get. We're going to visualize the success. We are going to set realistic goals. We're going to set a schedule. One thing that you really need to do is to consider the consequences. That's so helpful. Think about the consequences. You don't do all that homework, or you don't do the test at all. What are the consequences? Can you live with the consequences? Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. So when the mistakes come, don't say, oh, I failed. No, that happens, and that has to happen, right? So embrace the mistakes as learning opportunities. Focus on the progress, not the perfection. Celebrate the small achievements along the way, the small wins. Celebrate it. You had a 70 this time. Next time, I'm going to make sure that I get at least an 80. Celebrate the wins. And the key is that you must get started. Getting started is crucial, because once you don't get started, you don't want to do it, because it's always another excuse. Well, I'm going to have to figure out how to start it, so I won't even bother. You must get started. And that is what's going to push you to continue to do it. One more thing that I think is going to be very important is to value hard work and effort. Value hard work and effort, because everything that's going to take you to the next level is going to require some effort. It's not about the thing that you're great at. Let's say you're great at theater, or you're great at music, or whatever it is, or you're great at speaking. It's always going to be effort, because some things have to open doors. Like, for example, those 2 years in college or those 4 years in college, it's going to open doors for you so that you can get into your acting or whatever it is that you want. So you have to understand that that is how people win. All right. So I would love to connect with you guys. Please visit theparentsuccesscoach.com, theparentsuccesscoach.com, and get a free gift. Okay, connect with me and we'll chat soon. Again, don't forget, free gift at theparentsuccesscoach.com. I want to thank you so much. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like, share. And those of you who have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. This is Hillary D. Simpson, your Parent Success Coach, and I will talk with you next time. Bye.